Pokemon. My God, they had an entire event to announce like four different new things that they were doing. At least four. I think there might have even been more than that. They had like this entire live stream set up to do an announcement. And they brought everyone out, like anyone pretty much that's been involved in making Pokemon games was at this event to kind of outline what's coming for Pokemon over the next couple of years. They announced a ton, so I'm going to try and like cover cover it on a high level, talk a little bit about each, but the VOD for that live stream is obviously very easily available, and you can go and check that bad boy out. Pretty extensive stuff, but we'll start with Pokemon Masters, which is a mobile game. There's a couple of mobile related things that were talked about here. In fact, most of it was mobile related because we already know about Sword and Shield, which is the next mainline Pokemon games coming.
Which actually looks pretty dope.
Which looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it looks
honestly.
pretty dope.
So Pokemon Masters mobile game has players fighting alongside franchise favorites like Brock. And in the trailer they had for it, Brock.
You can play as Brock?
No, you're like alongside.
Oh,
so you're
okay.
like fighting with them, and it's one of those. I don't want to say it looks like a gacha game like on mobile, but it's just a traditional mobile game experience type thing, right? But you're playing alongside the series like Misty, Brock, the usual, like all the way up through. Brock like goes fucking Super Saiyan in the trailer.
Looks
and
like The Rock.
The shirt just like busts off of him. And he's just jacked out of his mind.
You know who Brock always reminded me of? Always reminded me of the dude from Saved by the Bell, the Mario Lopez. Like whenever I thought of
Slater,
that's
show.
it. The show.
Yeah.
I don't know why he always reminded me of him. Like even when I was watching Pokemon at a younger age.
But Slater was actually suave, where Brock was just a fuckboy.
I suppose maybe it's just all of Brock.
Well, Brock wasn't a fuckboy, but he was like.
But he was still kind of like
he was so desperate he never got the girl.
Yeah, that is true.
He's
like he's like got the Yamcha type personality.
Yes,
where he's trying to get the ladies all the time.
Except I think Yamcha just had Yamcha was like that, but with an inflated like sense of being good. Which, in fairness to Yamcha, he was good for at least like 4 episodes.
Yeah, and then he was
in
just
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And that went all tits up pretty quick after that.
In
all
Dragon
downhill.
Ball.
All
Shots
downhill for
fired.
Yamcha.
Shots fired.
For sure. But that's kind of what that's about. Again, you can get more details on that. It looks, for a mobile game,
it looks good.
Great. Probably the biggest announcement that this little event had for a lot of people was Pokemon Home. And Pokemon Home takes the kind of the concept that they had with Pokemon Bank on the 3DS.
All right. I've never played that.
So Pokemon Bank was like more of a service where you could like send your Pokemon from like different games, different Pokemon games or whatever to it to like, I think it was like change between games or whatever the fuck. Anyway, Pokemon Go, or Pokemon Home, I should say, mobile app that acts as basically a repository where you can send Pokemon from a series of games that you might own and have Pokemon from all of them and trade between them and get the Pokemon in other games or with other people around the world. Not just friends nearby. You just fucking apparently anywhere. You're probably going to have a friend code or some shit because, it's the way it goes. But it allows you to basically just kind of commingle all of your Pokemon that you've had over time. Or maybe you have, like from what I understood anyway, maybe I misinterpreted it because it was very, kind of corporate-y. But it looked like, or the way they were talking about it was like, you have Pokemon that you played with in these games that you like trained all the way and you have like these attachments to, and maybe you want to bring them into this other game. We can do that now, kind of thing. So it's like you just blasted through this entire your Ash Ketchum. You have a Pikachu that's more powerful than fucking legendary Pokemon, and you want to take them into the next game because you don't want to have to go through the process of training another Pikachu. You can do that now. And so the games that
wouldn't that ruin the experience though? Like when you're playing the other game, because usually in these types of games you kind of progress with your Pokemon unless they have a leveling system that goes by.
There
how
might be some sort of scaling or something.
Yeah, because that was the fun of starting a new Pokemon game is you start at level 1 and then you work your way up and you evolve them. Now if you're gonna switch over your already evolved, like say you've already beaten one of the Pokemons completely. You've got like 10 Pokemon that are just like level 70, level 80, smacking bitches. It would be really, really weird if you could just transfer that into the other game, and the next thing you know you're stomping everything for the entire game. So there must be some sort of scaling system that whatever your Pokemon that you have in your Pokedex, the game scales based on the level that you're at? I don't know. I mean, that would have to be. Or it would be pretty whack.
Yeah, I think they didn't go that far into it, so I don't know what their plans are with regards to how that's going to work. Either way, people were very excited about that, and the games that they have listed that are going to work with it are Pokemon Go, the upcoming Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Those were the two more recent games as well. And then Pokemon Bank, like I mentioned, which was on the 3DS.
Yeah.
That's coming early 2020. Next up, they are redoing or like an updated version of Detective Pikachu, which was a game before the movie, and adding a new ending and making a couple of changes to it or whatever. It might be to like coincide with the movie more, I guess, maybe, I don't know, but that was something they announced. They are partnering with NetEase, which is like the second biggest fucking online game publisher developer combo in the world. They're breaking into the Chinese market with NetEase with Pokemon Quest, which is kind of
man, Pokemon is just coming out with.
Dude, this was an entire Pokemon event.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, this is huge. So they're into China. Everyone wants to get into China because, as we said, every week as somebody else tries to break into China, 170 million or more? No, more than that.
A lot of people.
There's a lot of people for mobile. The market was massive. So. So it's a clickerish type game with timers, like a lot of the free-to-play games and stuff on mobile. Like, you can only do so much without paying, and then if you want to speed the process up, now it's time to pay
or
up.
wait 24 hours,
exactly.
play again tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a concept like that for them to
which is fine.
To do,
I actually don't mind that.
No.
It's like, it's one of those things where...
Because really, it is up to you. You can just wait.
You can wait or not. I mean, it's a free-to-play game.
You could have like 3 of those games, and by the time you've gone through all 3 of those games,
the other one is down, and now you can just kind of do a complete loop.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to farm your games on phones.
Go ahead.
So it's another one of those. You can decorate. A space, and you can upgrade things and the whole usual shebang. It's kind of a cute aesthetic, like cube like aesthetic that they've got going on, but it's interesting, and that's what they're trying to break into the Chinese market with. So
cool.
Good luck with that, because breaking into China right now is tough.
Well, it just probably costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
You have to probably buy your way in.
Yeah. And, well, the upside for Pokemon is there's no blood or anything crazy like that, so they don't have to go through most of the hula hoop, things that everyone else is going through.
Yeah, it's pretty PG.
Here's the meme that came out of this event, and the title of the podcast this week is called Pokemon Nap instead of Pokemon Snap, because they have a game, and I'm not trolling you right now. It's called Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Sleep.
Pokemon Sleep?
Now, before I tell you literally anything about this, and don't look at the chat in case they actually talk about it, I want you to just... I'm going to have a bite of my donut. I want you to just give me an idea of what you think the fuck Pokemon Sleep is going to be.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and I'm hoping it's not what I'm thinking. Are we talking about just watching Pokemon sleep?
Not necessarily.
All right. Are we taking pictures of Pokemon that are sleeping? On some weird voyeur shit?
That'd be called Pokemon Stalker.
Okay. Well, you said it's Pokemon Nap, right?
No, it's Pokemon Sleep.
Oh.
I just made the Pokemon Snap joke, whereas Pokemon Nap.
So you have to go to sleep with the Pokemon? You have to put them to sleep.
We're getting there. You're getting warmer.
Put them to bed. Put them to sleep in the Pokeballs.
Well, all right. We're getting away from you were.
All right. They got to take a nap. They got to take a sleep.
I think you're hung up on they.
I got to sleep. Oh my God! Is this a game that I play while I'm asleep? Are you serious? Are you damn serious? What is it? Tracking how much I sleep? And then Pokemon, I get Pokemon based on that, or they level up depending on, what is this, like the Fitbit of Pokemon?
But sleep.
No. It's a hard no. I'm not buying that game. Motherfuckers want you to play Pokemon all day, and then they want you to play Pokemon when you sleep.
Oh my god, dude! Watching this event, you should watch that segment.
No, I'm not gonna watch that because I'm gonna get angry at Pokemon.
Just to see them like talk about like how they got to this point and like their logic process to get to oh my god. So basically,
what a shit show.
Basically, they were like, look, Pokemon Go made being outside and active, fun again. Is basically what they were saying. Which, they're not wrong.
No.
People were walking off of cliffs and into traffic. I mean,
people were dying.
People were dying.
Literally.
They weren't used to the outside.
Yeah.
It happens. So they're not wrong in that regard, but it was still kind of funny to hear them say something so bold, right? And so they said our next challenge for Pokemon that we want to tackle is making, we spend. How'd they say this? We spend a lot of our lives sleeping. How can we make sleeping entertaining?
Dreams.
Yeah, the body's got that covered already, but what if you connected a peripheral through Bluetooth to your phone that tracked your sleep and then rewarded you in the game based on you getting a good night's rest so that you can be rested up to go play Pokemon Go the next day? What if we did that, Jeff?
Don't tell me they actually said that.
That's exactly what they said.
They didn't say that part. They didn't say so you're rested to go play Pokemon Go.
So yeah, it was like, look, but you have to be rested to be able to go and do this shit.
This is fucking stupid. That's just so fucking stupid. Why couldn't they just say, you know what, we're trying to get gamers to get a good night's sleep. We're trying, but instead they're saying you get a good night's sleep so you can play Pokemon Go in the morning.
Pokemon Go in the morning.
No, it's a hard no.
So
it's a hard no.
So here's what I found. The meme gets even better. With Pokemon Go, they had the Pokemon Go Plus little clip thing,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. If you could say there was one thing that Nintendo isn't particularly good at, what do you think that might be?
Targeting adults?
I actually think they're not terrible at that.
Oh.
What if I said what was wrong with the Wii U other than pretty much everything?
Okay.
The name, a lot of people were like, what the fuck are you calling this the Wii U for? This might be one of the dumbest names I've ever heard in my entire life.
It was a pretty dumb name.
Okay. They one-upped themselves.
For what? We talking Pokemon still?
Yes. The Wii U is not the dumbest name that the company...
Oh, what now?
Or
we're talking about the device that you're going to use now?
Anyone associated with the Nintendo.
Right,
which,
here we go.
Pokemon isn't technically Nintendo, but it's fucking Nintendo.
It's Nintendo.
Let's
It's
be fucking
fucking
honest.
Nintendo.
Let's be fucking honest.
Yeah.
Okay. It's called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. It's called the Pokemon Go Plus Plus.
Wow.
Who the fuck is paying these people in marketing?
2 pluses. Hey, it's the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. I mean, it's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard.
So it's Pokemon Go with a symbol plus and then plus written out next to it. So at least it isn't like C++.
Okay, so it's just plus, written out plus.
Yes.
No. That's what that is. It's a hard no for me. It's, now fuck this.
That's so bad. When I heard him say that, I was like, that can't be right. And then I saw the thing come up on screen, and I was like, oh,
it'll make
shit.
$1 billion. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
It's another one that basically, it will actually work with Pokemon Go as well. So it does everything the Pokemon Go Plus thing does, but it also works with Pokemon Sleep to track your shit
That's
there.
where they get the plus plus.
The plus plus. Mm-hmm. So, here's how I look at this. Okay.
Go plus plus.
Niantic and the Pokemon Company and everyone else is really getting a lot of traction on basically with Pokemon Go tracking wherever the fuck you walk, whatever stores nearby, wherever you might stop. There's a lot of useful information. Where you live or whatever, where you spend the most time, etc. So there's a lot of data mining that can go on with Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Now they want to data mine your sleeping habits.
Great.
On top of all of that.
They're going to sell all this information and make even more money.
Yes.
They're going to know where you're going.
They're going to know when you sleep.
They're going to know when you sleep, when you wake up, where you sleep, how well your sleep is. Are you a light sleeper? Are you a heavy sleeper?
All because under the frilly and fluffy Pokemon name, they're not idiots.
No, fuck no.
They know
what they're doing.
I mean,
man.
they can't name a peripheral to save their life, but everything else
they're doing right.
They're doing right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not right, but they're doing it right. They know what they're doing.
I'm waiting for 2 years from now the Pokemon Plus.
The triple. How about just plus
Cubed.
That's a better name.
The Plus Cube.
The Plus Cube. It's a better name than Plus Plus.